it's crazy at times, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Hello, everyone. I am Dani Wigfall, and this is the Design Your Remarkable Life podcast. Here, I interview incredible individuals who are leaving their mark on the world, generating wealth, and charting their own course. So get your notepads out and let's get into it. I have Ky Logue, founder and real estate extraordinaire, focusing in wholesaling. Ky, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, no, we're excited to have you. So we want to ask you some questions. Why did you become an entrepreneur? Where did your journey start?
Yeah, that's a great question. So yes, I've been an entrepreneur since almost a decade. So since I was 23, I'm 32 now. So quite a while, flew by. But yeah, originally I sucked at having jobs. I've never really been good with authority or people telling me what to do or playing politics. And so I had a job, didn't like it, got fired. Rightfully so. I wasn't a great employee because I just wasn't engaged or I just didn't like it. And but decided, hey, I'm never going to work somewhere else again. And so I guess probably ego or being stubborn and being young and dumb. And I didn't know anybody that was an entrepreneur at the time. I had no idea what I was going to do. We had a little Amazon side hustle that we're just selling stuff on there. But I'm like, I'm just going to figure this out. And it's been a crazy journey and a lot of ups and downs, but I'm happy I made that choice.
Yeah, awesome. It's not an easy road being an entrepreneur. Like, I feel like sometimes we can see the highlight reels of a lot of other entrepreneurs and just assume like, oh, it's all great. Everything's amazing. When you first started off, was there any hiccups along the way when you pivoted from working for somebody else to now, okay, you know what? I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to do my own thing.
Yeah, there was a bunch. Just one figuring out what I wanted to do. So we had one of the first things I decided to do was like landscaping. I'm like, oh, that's easy, and I had a sales background. So I'm like, I'll get the jobs. And I had a buddy or business partner at the time. And I'm like, he was going to do most of the work and I was doing the work with him. And so we're getting jobs, we're doing work. And then we lived in New Hampshire at the time. So it was almost winter. So all through the fall, we're doing cleaning people's yards, getting rid of all the leaves. And we're like, hey, we're going to invest all this money back into snow equipment. And that was like the only time I remembered like it didn't snow. So we just put all our money into this. And we just had the snow equipment. And I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss, but like, screw it.
That's fine. Go for it.
Yeah, but yeah, fuck it. What are we going to do now? I have all this stuff and, just had to pivot and figure it out. And then from there, we started another business, and it was literally like 2 or 3 months we made no money, and just had no idea what I was doing. Everyone thought we were crazy, and we were. I mean, we had no idea what we were doing. It wasn't like now where you could listen to podcasts like this, or there's so many different resources, and I wasn't watching YouTube or wasn't really big then, and or just wasn't in my in my world. It wasn't big. I didn't really know about it. But yeah, it was lots of hiccups, and just really then do really good and down and ups and downs, but it's always been a lot of great lessons and things we've learned along the way, and it's crazy at times, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, awesome. So what are you working on now?
Yeah, so we're working on a lot now. So we just launched our company Investor Plug. So that's like a CRM automation AI tool, basically an all-in-one system for wholesalers, but we do it for a lot of other businesses as well. So that started kind of organically, which was cool. We built it for ourselves, and then a lot of people in our circle started using it, and they've been getting great results. So we just decided to open it up, and that's been a lot of fun. Wholesaling is still the main thing. We do events here in San Antonio where we teach people how to get into it, into wholesaling and real estate investing. And we also have a mastermind where we teach people how to do it too.
So what type of results are you getting people with your CRM?
Yeah, so really, we got some crazy results. We have one guy, I don't know if it's just from the CRM or because really he went from 0 to 90K in like 90 days.
Oh, wow.
He was able to like leave his W-2 job. He was using our system at the time. He still does it, but he's also in the mastermind, so it's kind of helping him too. So I don't know which one could really contribute to that, but we have a bunch of people that are just super happy. It's saving them so much time. Getting so much time back. They're talking to more people, which turns into more money. So really some great results. Really crazy, all the stuff that you can do now.
That's awesome. So you mentioned your mastermind as well too. What type of results or what type of things can people learn in your mastermind?
Yeah, so basically, I try to give everything away for free. So like on YouTube, on the podcast, the Wholesaling Syndicate podcast, really try to give like all the information. If someone's an action taker, they can literally just follow me and learn everything they need to know. But for people that kind of want like a community, or they want accountability, or they want to get there faster, we started our mastermind group, the Syndicate. So it's pretty tall, small, tight knit group where really we just teach you everything A to Z, and you kind of get like those, be able to like bring any questions or problems you have to the group. So if like instead of trying to like find it on YouTube or wherever, you can get that specific answer to like what you're going through now.
Oh, that's good because I feel like community just like shortens your time it takes to like get somewhere. It's so
It
much
really
better with
does.
community.
Yeah, it's wild. It's cool for me too because I get to learn like new stuff all the time too. Because someone might try something different and like hey, that doesn't work, or they bring it back and report to the group, which is cool. And there's like
Mhm.
so many different people with like different experiences. Like there's people who started wholesaling and they one of them still works at the title company. The other one used to work at titles, so they have like all this background on what goes on in the back end. My friend Ashley, she like builds new houses from scratch. So there's like, and then my another friend is a different kind of lender, and there's like so many like different backgrounds and experiences. It just like, really just shows you how cool it is to have a mastermind with all those different backgrounds.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because I picture real estate, and correct me if I'm wrong, but as like you have your different games you can play within real estate. Like you have the wholesaling, you have fix and flips, you have commercial real estate, you have single family. There's just like so much you can do within that world. I could imagine that there's just so much you can learn, but also can kind of get lost in the shuffle if you don't really have like your lane per se. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think like anything in entrepreneurship, but yeah, especially in real estate, like you said, I like it because there's just always new levels and things to learn, and new levels to get to. But yeah, it's very easy because most entrepreneurs, I know I struggle with it, have shiny object syndrome, and it's so easy to hop onto the next thing and the next thing, and never really make progress. But if you just like stay planted in your lane and just keep working, you're gonna get where you want to go.
Yeah. Would you say that's one of the things that most entrepreneurs kind of get wrong is like jumping to the shiny
Mm-hmm.
thing? Or is there anything in your industry where you see a habit of people getting this wrong sometimes?
Yeah, 100%. Shiny object, I'd say, is one of the biggest ones, especially working and coaching with people. I see it so often. Like, especially it drives me crazy, like, when they do it after they're already getting results. Like, you're doing this thing at work, just keep doing the thing, but they want to get, the new shiny thing. And it's like, I'm not getting results now. Like, go back to what you're doing that you already know that works. Because when you think of like the 80-20 rule, there's like most of the shit's bullshit, not going to work. When you find those things that work, you just got to keep doing them, keep getting better at them. So that's a big one. And the other one is just people just not taking enough action. And they just get stuck in that like analysis paralysis phase and like
Yeah.
don't ever do the work and just wonder why it's not working.
Yeah, no, I could see that too. And getting stuck at the like, let me learn, 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 learn. And like you said, not take any action, right?
Mm,
It's like, I need to know more. I need to know more. And it's almost like you're overcompensating for not having the confidence to like go.
right. 100%. Like really the best teacher is always action because you don't really know what you don't know, and especially in the beginning. So like you have to like you could be reading something and it's completely false. You could watch a TikTok video and it doesn't actually work. So until you actually try it and apply it and do the work, that's the only way to find out.
So, what is the end goal for you? Is there an end goal?
Yeah, really just kind of right now, just focus on doing more of what we're already doing and trying to avoid that shiny object syndrome. So like I said, I struggle with it too, but just keep growing what we're doing, but really just to help as many people as we want. I have a goal I kind of wrote out in my head. Just want to impact and help like a million people, change their lives with finances and just overall. And so that's kind of the goal now, just move more to help people and just kind of share more and teach more.
I love that. That's awesome. So, in your business, what are two tools that you can't live without, or it's just I have to have these two tools?
hmm Yeah, that's a great one. So I'd say Investor Plug. I mean, really, we only use two. So we use Investor Plug, which does pretty much everything. It's built off the Go High Level system, which is super cool. They're always adding new stuff. So that replaced probably like 20 different tools we were paying for monthly every month, and then we've built onto it, and connected with ChatGPT, and so that pretty much does literally everything. And then we use a tool called PropStream. There's a few other ones we'll play with, but those are the two big ones. In PropStream, you can like look up properties, you can pull properties, you can do comps. You can kind of see, so you can run your numbers and know how much you should offer on a property. But I'd say those are the two ones we use most frequently.
Okay. Does it have a calculator in there where it can help you run numbers, or do you have to do that separately?
Yeah, I think we do it separately.
Okay.
Yeah, but the numbers are fairly easy. So, like for if you're wholesaling, if you look, you got to find out what the property's worth if it was all fixed up. So that's the ARV, the after repair value. So ideally, in like a perfect world, there's a house next door, looks exactly the same. It's same size, same bedrooms, bathrooms, everything, and it just sold recently. Hey, that's a great comp. I can compare that to what I'd probably get if I fixed it up and sold it. But sometimes you have to expand because usually that's never that easy being right next door. But so you find that, you look some houses that are the most similar, you find that number, you find out what you think it would sell for, and then you just times it by 0.7. So you get 70% of it. You subtract the repairs. You just estimate how much you think it needs to be fixed. And then you just subtract your wholesale fee. And then, that's how like your max offer.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Awesome. Okay. I might have to run those numbers by you when I'm looking at property. But okay. Also, if you had to do this all over again from scratch, what would you do differently, or how would you start? Like, what would be your first few steps going?
Yeah, so that's a tough one. So I don't think I would really do much differently because I feel like I had to learn a lot of the lessons the hard way because I'm kind of a stubborn person. So I gotta like get punched in the face a lot, or feel like when God sends me messages or right path, I get those messages a lot before I actually figure it out. So I think a lot of it had to go through. But if anything, it'd probably be get into real estate earlier. But a lot of the things I learned, a lot of different business I had along the way, were stepping stones to how I do things now in my business. So yeah, I don't really know. I guess if I had to give myself any advice, it would just be just keep going. It gets better.
Yeah, good, good, good. That was my next question. What advice would you give yourself?
hmm
Keep going, keep going. So what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated?
just that's a tough one. So really, just knowing I'm just not where I want to be, just getting crystal clear on my goals, and just knowing we still have so far. But also being grateful for how far I've come. So kind of that dichotomy of living in gratitude and being grateful for how far you've come, but just also knowing you just have so much further to go. So just knowing
Yeah,
I'm like not where I want to be, and just like there's so much further to go, and just having that vision of it is huge for me. So it just wakes me up, and just lets me
yeah,
hit the ground running.
yeah. That's beautiful. What is wealth to you?
So wealth to me, I guess, is like freedom to, be able to do whatever you want. Growing
Yeah,
up, sometimes I'd hear like, oh, you can't afford this, or it's not for you, or whatever. Just like there's things, and just about being like having like the decisions to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, I think is wealth, and just living the life that you want.
yeah, yeah. Awesome. So freedom, freedom.
hmm
Okay. So rapid fire round here. Okay. I'm just going to ask you quick, easy, this or that. Okay. City or suburban living?
Um, so probably suburban for me. We're actually thinking more like getting a little bit of land and getting a little out there, um, get a little more weight from people. But yeah, out of the two, yeah, I don't like to be too close to people, so probably suburban
Gotcha.
out of those two.
Yeah. Having some land. That makes sense.
hmm
Wholesaling or fix and flipping?
Wholesaling for me. I like them both. I've done them both. But for me, wholesaling, just you're in and out. There's less surprises, and you can just move on to the next one.
Podcasts or books?
Um, so I probably books, I guess. I like them both, but yeah, that's a tough one. I'd say books. I like reading a little more.
I really was curious on your answer on that one because I've seen you guys talk about your books and books and books, and you guys have read so many books, and I love that. So I was like, what are they going to say this? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't
Awesome.
really have too much downtime. If I'm driving, I'll pick a podcast. Or I just have like downtime but if I could sit down and there, I'd pick a book.
Mm-hmm. Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner. Yeah, I usually skip breakfast.
Yeah. Okay. What is your latest obsession, if anything?
So getting back into jujitsu, has been kind of get obsessed with things. I get back into it. So, but yeah, for me, it's been jujitsu lately.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Can you leave us with one piece of advice at all?
Yeah. So my favorite advice for people is to be general and broad is, for me, it's just living life one day at a time, and just, knowing what you want. Life's a lot shorter than we think it is. But it's still the longest thing that we ever go through. So like know what you want, and don't just wake up one day and be unhappy because you didn't get there. And if there's something that you want and you're afraid to take action, just do it. It's not going to happen overnight, but just make the leap, take the jump, start taking those first steps. And day after day, as you do the work, it's going to compound, and you're going to get there. But just know that like if you keep doing the actions every day, it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
Yes, and that goes right in line with your that.
Hmm.
One day at a time. One day at a time that you coined. Awesome. Okay, Ky, thanks so much for being on my podcast. I really appreciate it. You gave a lot of valuable nuggets there. And so I know my audience will appreciate that and should be taking notes. Where can people find you?
Yeah, so the best way to connect with me is wholesalingsyndicate.com. You can find the website there. You can find the podcast, all my social media handles. But if anyone has a question or about wholesaling or anything in general, feel free to reach out. I'm on everywhere on social media. Just type my name, KY space LOGUE, and I'm more than happy to connect and add value to your audience any way I can.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Yeah. And one more thing before you go. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, leave it 5 stars, and share it with a friend. That incredibly helps our channel out. And we don't want you to miss any amazing nuggets that could change your life in any way or someone you know. So please share this with a friend and remember, you have the power to design your remarkable life.